Hello, my friends. How's it going? Today, I have a tool to hopefully help you get a little more clarity on how to create excitement towards a goal during this time when there's so much uncertainty. And this comes from the life coaching world, or at least that's where I got it from. And it's the idea of this future self. So, right now, before all this happened, we had goals in our sports, in our careers, and academics. And it was very tangible. We could see it. We knew what competition it was. We knew how we had to perform. Very tangible. And right now, we don't have the tangibleness of that vision of what we were really going for now, right? Because everything is changing. There's so much unknown. So I have this board behind me, and the top part is a lot of what's happening right now. Oh, okay, this is me. Pretend this is me. Okay, at first, the idea is like, okay, what am I supposed to do now? We have to wait this out. Okay, I can get back to my normal life once we wait this out. And this whole idea of being stagnant, of like not knowing what to do with my time, not knowing where to put my energy, not knowing how to feel inspired about taking action right now. And what that leads to over time is basically waiting it out, feeling out of control, getting frustrated and angry, and then eventually being, after all this is resolved, at the end of this pandemic, not looking back and just saying, like, with regret and blame that now I'm in this position. How am I in this position now? Now I have to play catch up. I gotta catch up on what I didn't do during this time because of this circumstance or this thing that's out of my control, and tons of excuses, right? We can do that, but the question is, how does that make you feel at the end? Now, the other option I think we have in all this is this person here. Again, this is you, or this is me, and I'm waving at the person in the future. So I'm acknowledging that I want this person in the future to be set up well afterwards, that they're not in regret and blame and feeling crummy about this whole time we had to sit out. So this person is intentionally taking actions towards their future self. And what I love about this is that you can actually visualize, so you can get that kind of tangible vision of you in the future after this is all done. Okay, after this, when we are free to go to our normal lives again, we can picture a future self looking back for a moment with a thumbs up saying, hey, thanks for putting me in this position. So with this way of viewing this time, the person today, not tomorrow or a month from now, 2 months from now, or when we finally know how much time we have to endure this, today, this person is going to take action knowing what they want to be, the outcome to be when this is all done. What they will be proud of, what they will be thankful for, what they will look back and be like, oh my gosh, Jess, thank you so much for putting in this work during this time, even though it wasn't easy, even though it was incredibly frustrating. I'm in a better position now. I'm set up better now to hit the ground running. So what this instills with this process is a sense of self-trust that you always have your back, right? Which is kind of nice during this time because it gives you a sense of control, a sense of like, I can still do what's in my best interest. Whereas a lot of us feel like victims of the situation, and that's not very, doesn't feel very good. It feels like we don't have a lot of control when we think that way, right? It also shows that we are competent no matter what the circumstance. So the circumstance does not dictate how we're choosing to act in alignment to our values and alignment to what we want for ourselves today and in the future. There's no external circumstance that can control us in that way, which is gives you confidence in the end, right? Self-confidence. Self-confidence is taking actions consistently towards what you want. Okay? Confidence, let me repeat that, comes from taking consistent action towards what you want. And that takes discipline and clarity and understanding what you want and controlling what you can control and leaving the rest. So the question I have today is, what am I going to thank myself for when this is all over and done? So when you're your future self, when you're standing there, giving a quick thumbs up before you move forward, what will you be thanking yourself for during this time when you look back and you see yourself trucking away one day at a time, saying, hey, I got you back. High five, I got you back. And write it down. Write it down. You can even write it like a letter to yourself now, pretending you're your future self. So thank you, Jessica, for doing what you could on a daily basis. Thank you for not getting discouraged by not being able to do what you're used to doing. Thank you for taking the time to address other things you've been wanting to work on, like your mental game and your relationships and doing your hobbies so you feel like a more whole person and have more resources. Thank you for taking this time into your own hands and deciding for yourself what you want it to look like for yourself and what you want the outcomes to be. Just write yourself a letter and sign it, and that can be your reminder for the time being, knowing that it doesn't matter how long this is. It doesn't matter if it's 2 more months, 3 more months, 4 more months. Eventually, there will be your future self looking back, ready to hit the ground running and giving you a thumbs up. So have fun with this. Please leave comments and suggestions, and I'd love to hear how this exercise worked for you. Take care.